From the frozen peaks of the Himalayas to the jungles of South America, from the deserts of Mesopotamia to the islands of the Pacific, cultures separated by oceans and centuries tell the same story. A great flood that swallowed the earth, wiping away nearly all of humanity. Noah's Ark, Utnapishtim, Deucalion, Manu. The names differ, but the tale is the same. Could it be that all these ancient civilizations simply invented the same myth, or are they remembering something real? Before we descend into the floodwaters of history, make sure to like this video and subscribe to Think Again, where humanity's deepest mysteries rise to the surface. The most famous flood story comes from the Bible. Noah, commanded by God to build an ark, gathering pairs of animals as a divine punishment, drowned the world. But this tale is far older than scripture. The Epic of Gilgamesh, written on clay tablets in Mesopotamia over 4,000 years ago, describes Utnapishtim building a great boat to survive a catastrophic flood sent by the gods. And it doesn't stop there. The Greeks told of Deucalion and Pyrrha, who survived Zeus's deluge. In Hindu tradition, Manu was warned by a fish, an avatar of the god Vishnu, to build a vessel and save life from the waters. In the Americas, the Hopi people speak of flood and survival. The Aztecs told of gods drowning humanity to begin the world anew. The Polynesians, the Chinese, the Norse, all tell stories of a world once submerged. Why would so many cultures, separated by time and geography, share the same haunting memory? Some historians argue these myths are simply symbolic. Floods are a universal human fear, and water a timeless metaphor for destruction and rebirth. But others wonder, could all these stories be fragments of a single event, an ancient cataclysm that humanity has never forgotten? Geologists point to the end of the last ice age, around 12,000 years ago. Vast ice sheets melted, sea levels rose by hundreds of feet, and coastlines were swallowed. Entire communities would have vanished beneath the waves. Some researchers suggest this memory, passed down for millennia, became myth. Others look to specific disasters. Around 7,600 years ago, the Black Sea flooded catastrophically. When the Mediterranean Sea burst through the Bosporus Strait. Scholars have even speculated that this could be the origin of Noah's flood. But then there are more controversial ideas. The so-called Younger Dryas impact hypothesis suggests that a massive comet strike triggered global fires, melting ice, and floods that reshaped the planet. If true, the great flood myths might not be symbolic at all, but eyewitness accounts of a prehistoric apocalypse. And of course, some believe the flood myths point to civilizations we no longer remember. Was there once a thriving world? An Atlantis, perhaps, swept away by rising seas? Were the stories warnings, not just metaphors, but ancient records desperately preserved by survivors? Despite centuries of study, no single explanation fits all the myths. Yet the mystery endures. Why does humanity, across every corner of the earth, carry this story in its memory? The flood myths may be allegories, or they may be fragments of history carried through time like whispers from the deep. Did the world once drown, leaving only a handful of survivors to begin again? The truth may never surface, but perhaps in the echoes of these myths, we hear more than stories. We hear the memory of something we've long forgotten. This is Think Again, where the past refuses to stay silent. Stay curious, and until next time, think again.